What is it that makes a home a home? That's not a simple question. A home can be many different things to many different people. We want it to be a place where we belong, but we don't want to be limited by it. We want it to be a place that holds us up, holds us accountable, holds us to our routines, to our habits, to our beliefs. But we don't want to be spiritually condemned if we fall short of any of those. We want a home to be a place that we can identify, locate, return to, that helps us expand. That's not a simple recipe. So for today, I'm going to use the status-seeking games as a way of trying to unfold this and explore it a bit more. There are 3 status-seeking games because, let's face it, we are social status-seeking creatures, but we are also playful creatures. So this tends to be what we circle around. And we have physical games where you have strength, you have flexibility, you have speed, you have dexterity. You have intellectual games where you have joking, you have debating, you have inspirational speeches. And you have material games, which is where you create art, perhaps. You create costumes. You can think of your brands, that is your more kind of cultural material status game. But within the home, there is a status game of how you hold yourself, how you dress yourself, and what that brings out. If we use those 3, can we create a home? What would it take to create a home that is inviting for everyone, that helps everyone expand within it? And then they go out and they explore, because that is a very key aspect of what makes a home, is the exploration. Like, yes, there is expansion within the home. Yes, there is teaching. Yes, there is teasing and challenging to invite people into these games. But then there is the exploration of leaving and venturing off and trying out this new expansion, this new way or this new lesson to challenge yourself further. And then bringing it back into the home with whatever lessons we've learned from out there, and then challenging each other again and inviting each other into games where we are elevating each other, because different people are going to have different capabilities within these games. Someone is going to dominate in strength and another person is going to dominate in speed. Now, it has to be said that all of these games can go wrong. That's a given. Of course, you can be tyrannical physically, you can be tyrannical intellectually, you can be tyrannical materially. You can be arrogant, you can be too much of something, of course. But that doesn't mean that just knocks off the games, that we don't play those games ever, and that we shouldn't play those games ever. It simply means that we need to keep an eye on the fact that there is a certain ethic of how to play the games so that they are enjoyable and that people want to return to them, because we want the lifelong game of having a home with each other. So it's very important that people come back and play again, because you can win one game, but if you lose access to all of the future games, well, then you kind of played a shitty game, didn't you? Why is this important? Because we're all losing our sense of home. As a culture, we're not identifying with our traditions. As a culture, we're not identifying with any one place because we're a lot more mobile. As a culture, we're not prioritizing or aiming for the traditional home. So if we are finding ourselves in a strange space where we are now trying to create a home, it's important to know a blueprint that might help. So that is my very short video for this week, is your 3 status games. Can you find ways of incorporating them, bringing them into your home? Are you only using one of them? In your home, is there a lot of sports, perhaps? Which really important, 100%. And it can be very healthy. But if you're missing the intellectual, then perhaps you're missing out. Perhaps you would like more comedy, more debating, more inspiring, more trickery. Perhaps you're missing material, and you're missing the costume and the design and the creativity of either creating space or creating costume, creating self, or creating art, and what that might capture. I say all of this with no prescription as to what you should do or what games you should play in each of these arenas. I simply offer this out to you as some sort of blueprint, some sort of scaffolding for you to look at your life, look at your home, and perhaps the home outside of your home, your community, your county, your country, and how you are playing these games to create this sense of belonging without limiting, this expansion without being fenced in, this elevation without being morally damned. So that is the blueprint. They are kind of the codes of conduct, the ethics perhaps, of how to engage. And I believe this is a very important question as we try to rebuild community but home. So with that, I hope you've had a good week. I hope you're looking forward to the week to come, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.